Welcome, parents, family, and friends of the graduating class of 2017. Dihada, Enquan, Pasalam, Matachu, Marhaba, Bonjour, Bienvenidos, Sodowada, Habari. We are here to honor these students graduating today who have worked diligently to get to this place today. The first step in their lifelong journey. On behalf of these graduates, I ask that you give them, as well as our speakers today, your undivided attention. Please turn off your cell phones and save any conversation for after the ceremony. If you take pictures, please do so without blocking anyone's view. Please do not use the front of the stage to avoid interfering with the program. Bathrooms are located outside the back and down the stairs into the first floor. I would now like to introduce our director, who is completing his third year as director and has worked tirelessly to create a positive school climate, a united teaching and support staff, and strong student achievement. Let's hear it from Mr. Mani Tambe.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Today is a happy day, and I promised the students that despite all the difficulties, we're going to sing a song, a happy song. I don't want to take your minutes talking because I've spoken to you students all this year. We've come to that joyful ending. At times it's difficult for me to hide my happiness, and I want to let you, families, staff, and the graduating students, that we are very happy for you. We are proud of you all. I said it. If you're happy and you know today, clap your hands. I do appreciate, at times I wanted to become a musician. I tried with American Idol, but I didn't succeed. But I know today I can sing. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to extend welcome and greetings to the board members. At times, you think that only the teachers and the administration do the work. There is a lot of work done behind the scenes by members of the board. I will not leave this stage without letting the community know who are the members of the Lincoln School Board. Mr. James Bodwick is the board chair. Mr. Leka Gwangenali, Ms. Petra, Mr. Daniel, and Mr. Fayado. I thank you for coming to witness this occasion. I get so caught up with things that I don't have the time to stop by the teachers' classrooms and say thank you. It's been a wonderful year. We had our rough and tumbles, but I'm glad that we are all seeing this day. I want to thank all the teachers and staff of Lincoln International High School for making this possible today. I'll always want, if the teachers are in here, please rise and let me say thank you, wherever you're sitting. Thank you for all the hard work. The other group that I am appreciating today is the group of families. I remember when Mr. Lawrence sent home some letters and asked family members to come to school, a lot of parents called. And when they called, we explained some things to them. We're all working to make sure that the graduating students do as much work as possible. For the parents who came, for those parents who listened, for those parents who supported the students up to this moment, thank you for all your support to the graduating students. Now, the class of 2017. I understand that you have gone through a lot, and most of you challenged me. Why don't we have a free week like other schools? We are a different school. We have a lot to learn, and we didn't give you much of that free time. I appreciate you for staying with us. I appreciate you for continuing working until the last day. Today is your day. If you've never smiled with me, if you've never smiled with one of your teachers, separating is a very difficult thing. We may live today and not see each other for many years. I want you to feel that you have achieved a lot. I want you to know that there are many opportunities out there for you. I want you to think that you're going to put the knowledge and the support you gain from Lincoln into practice. As you remember, we did everything possible to make sure that you enroll in a college. As you remember, we had support groups to seek jobs for you. Please, take a moment and reflect and think that if you stop here after high school, your staff will be disappointed. If you go further, and one day we meet on the streets, and you tell Miss Leslie, I am in college, Miss Leslie will give you a broad smile. I want you to think that you should be able to continue going to school. On this date, I want to congratulate the class of 2017. Congratulations. Good. Before I leave the stage again, I want to feel that happiness. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Thank you.
Now sit back and enjoy a slideshow, Life at Lincoln.
Seems so big, and everything seems so out of reach. The sky is high, and the walk is wide. You just don't know what you've got yet. It's in the palm of your hand. It's right in front of where you stand. If you believe everything you dream will come true,
is the time to introduce our very honored commencement speaker. Mr. Jailani Hussain is currently the Executive Director of the Minnesota Chapter on the Council of American Islamic Relations. Hussain worked as the Community Liaison Officer at Metro State University and as a planner for the Minnesota Department of Agriculture. In 2013, he created Zela Consultants to develop and offer cross-cultural training workshops on East African cultures. Hussain has presented on the Somali culture to diverse public and private organizations across the United States. He specializes in the areas of urban planning, community development, youth development, with over 8 years experience in working in juvenile treatment centers for court-adjudicated youth, legal and civil rights. Hussain has been active with various community organizations in Minnesota, including the Islamic Cultural Center of Minnesota Board of Directors, Wilder Foundation Advisory Board, Muslim Youth of Minnesota Advisory Board, Islamic Resource Group Speakers Bureau, and the ARAHA Board of Directors. He has traveled to the Horn of Africa twice on behalf of ARAHA to open a regional field office and oversee large-scale humanitarian projects during the Somali famine of 2011. Hussain received the 2015 Minnesota Council of Nonprofits Annual Visionary Leader Award. Hussain appears regularly on Minnesota's local television and radio stations. He has also appeared national and international outlets, including ABC News, CNN, Fox Business, NPR, BBC, among other outlets. Hussain's family emigrated from Somalia to Minnesota in 1993, and he is trilingual, English, Somali, and Arabic. Hussain holds degrees in community development and city planning from St. Cloud State University and political science from North Dakota State University. It is our honor to have Mr. Jailani Hussain today. Please welcome Mr. Jailani Hussain.
It is truly my honor to be with you today, and I want to start off by greeting you all a greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and peace and blessings be upon you all today. To the board, the director, to the distinguished staff and administrators with us today, to the loved ones, the families, the young and old here, thank you for being here, and of course, the most important people in the room today, the graduating class of 2017. It is my privilege and honor to be with you in this historic event for you, and it's my privilege to provide a few words for you today. I came to Minnesota in 1993 with my family, and I lived here in Minneapolis. I graduated from Columbia Heights High School. But initially, my first school that I went to was actually Bancroft Elementary School. So in today's remarks, I want to just share with you the most important thing, and I just saw this in a little bit in the slide. You come from a very unique school. Lincoln is one of the most diverse schools in Minnesota and here in Minneapolis. And that diversity is something to be really celebrated. Because you're not going to find a similar setting in many of the colleges and campuses you'll ever get to. And so it is a tremendous opportunity for all of you, parents here, and for the other students who will be graduating in the years to come to realize that to be a tremendous asset. So first and most importantly, I want to just touch a little bit upon an identity. Identity is something that I think a lot of people and a lot of us struggle with identifying. The most important thing when it comes to our identity is to be authentically who you are. We live in a world today where we're called on to be a melting pot. Really, America is not a melting pot, I would argue. I would say, as Oprah said, it's like a salad. And in a salad, you have a lot of different things. And America is a country that is founded and really built on the backs of immigrants. And this story of immigrants is something that we often forget about. Everyone who is here today has an immigrant story, just like yours. From the whitest person here in this room to the most different person in this room today. All of us have an immigrant story. Except for the Native Americans and the forced slavery of African Americans, everyone else here came as an immigrant. They had to struggle to learn the language. They had to struggle to learn a lot of things. And today there is a conversation around the diversity, around the new faces that are here. And we are often challenged to assimilate or be a part of the melting pot. But the one thing I want to let you know, and as you move forward in your college career, is that this country is great and will be greater because of the diversity. This country is a country that has been built and continuously is successful because of its immigrants. Do you know today that nearly 50% of the all Fortune 500 companies, the most important companies that create the most important products that we celebrate today in this country, were created by immigrants and first-generation immigrants. People just like you. Google, Amazon, name them. All of these great organizations today, YouTube. You can't go far without finding an organization or a company that is started by a first-generation immigrant or an immigrant, just like you. Just like even Apple. Most of us have an iPhone today. It was started by Steve Jobs. Well, a lot of people forget his biological father was a Syrian immigrant who came into the country, just like many of us. So on this beautiful occasion, I don't want to just down on this idea of identity and other things, but I wanted to leave with you on really a couple of points that I want you to think about. First and most importantly, be very thankful today and moving forward. Because this moment was able to happen because of your hard work, but the people behind you. Your family members, your loved ones, and the hard work that the teachers that you're looking to your left and your right. Those are the people that have been helping you, challenging you to get to the moment that you are in today. So be thankful and take extra time this week as you celebrate this day to especially thank them. And remember that just because you're moving from high school, they still can play a big role in your future endeavors. I am still connected with, and I've recently been reconnected to my first teacher in Bancroft Elementary School, Miss Jo Lifgard, who when I came and I told her I have to pray, she immediately knew what to do. She helped me. And she knew that I had struggled with the language, and she actually dedicated her the entire time of her student aid, student teacher training student, to actually help me, to take me aside and coach me one-on-one. I never forgot what she meant for me, and I still connect with her till today. Number two, I know we live in a time and in a world where it's easy to be pessimistic. Be optimistic. And this is exactly what I told a group of graduates from Anoka-Ramsey Community College this year at a commencement speech. A community college that I attended 17 years ago. And so it was a privilege and honor to speak to them. And what I mean by optimistic is have an open mind. There are always going to be people that will think little of you. There will always be things that you think of yourself that you can't do. I want to share with you a quick story about optimism. So there's these researchers that wanted to teach optimism. And so they said optimism could be taught, so they went to an elementary school. And when they went to the elementary school, they said, give us the most pessimistic kid and the most optimistic kid. So they eventually turned out to be two fourth graders. The most pessimistic kid turned out to be a boy, and the most optimistic kid turned out to be a girl. So the experiment that they did is they went to them, they took the optimistic, the pessimistic kid, and they gave him a room with all the possible toys he can find. Anything, all of the games that he can play with. And they told him, you have 1 hour, enjoy. And then they left him, and then they took the girl, the most optimistic girl, and they told her, go to this room, and she opened the room, and there's a room full of manure. Right? Manure. And they told her, good luck, enjoy, and good luck. And they closed the door and left. They came back after the hour, they found the optimistic kid, the pessimistic kid, the boy, and they found him sitting in the same exact location. And they asked him, what happened? He's like, so he was still so pessimistic, he said that, you know, who has time to play with all of these toys? He didn't do anything, right? And then they went to the pessimistic, the optimistic girl, right? And they found her playing in the manure, jumping around, and then they asked her, what happened? What are you doing? And she responded back by saying, don't you see? You know, with all of this manure, there must be a horse nearby. And I'm looking for this horse, right? So the idea is, as silly as this story sounds, the idea is the world will always throw you a room full of toys. And it will always throw you a room full of manure. And the role for you and the goal for you is to always look for that horse, even in the room that has the manure. And that optimism can really lead to having always a way out of difficulty. Third thing, dream big. And I really mean that. I know all of you feel like you're coming from Lincoln High School and you need help. You don't need help. You made it here. You're graduating today. You came and you struggled. And you probably worked harder than any high school student in the state of Minnesota. You did that. And tomorrow when you go out there, you can achieve great things. Because that teachers that are next to you, they helped you to get to this point. But it is your work, it is your dedication. So dream big. Dream that you can be the next president of the United States. You can be the next person that changes this country and this world. You could create the next product that can have the biggest impact on all over the world. You can find the cure for cancer. Dream big and start now, because when you go to college, it's going to be a different environment. Secondly, seek out resources. Always. The students that get the most resources are the ones asking the most questions. Once you leave high school, college is all different. There is no one there to guide you. There is no teacher that's going to handhold you. Every teacher is going to teach their thing and turn away. The classrooms are going to be huge, but it's going to be you. You're going to have to knock the door. You're the one who's going to have to ask. And trust me, the more you ask, the more you learn, the more you'll be successful. Remember that we are proud of you. And do not settle. Don't settle for the least. If somebody tells you you can do that, find the thing that is the most important thing you can do. Aim as high as possible. Don't take the lesser degree in college. Go for the higher one. Because you can do it. And because of the hard work you've done so far. And lastly, I want to say, this is your day. Enjoy it. Celebrate it. But remember, the work is just beginning. You're entering a new opportunity, and I hope for all of you and for the parents who are here today, for this class of graduating 2017, we're proud of you. Make yourself, remember, make yourself someone who can make an impact in our society as we move forward. I believe in you, we believe in you. Go out there and make history, and I'm really happy to be here with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hussein, for the inspiring message. Now, and it's come time to hear from some of our graduates. So we have 3 speakers from our graduating class. And may I ask them to please rise and come over to the side here. All right, our first student speaker is Mr. Hamse Ahmed.
Good afternoon. Parents, principal, teachers, students, and my fellow classmates. Thank you very much for coming today. I would like to thank my fellow graduating classmates. We were all part of each other's dream. Together we spent a lot of time making each other's dream come true. The first thing I realized was that most of us were very insecure about ourselves. Everybody wanted to be unique and everybody wanted to be special. In fact, we're all special today. I would like to give an advice to all my fellow graduating classmates. Don't ever make a mistake. Don't ever make a decision if you're mad. Because one action or one word that you say might screw up your whole life. All people make mistakes, they learn it, and they move on. Don't waste any more time taking care of it. We have each other's to lean on for encouragement. We have our teachers at Lincoln to call on for advice, and we have our parents to count on to pick us up whenever we fall. Let's continue to be each other's friend. Thank you very much. Congratulations to me.
Thank you, Hamse. Our next speaker is Miss Carla Yunga Chimborazo.
Good afternoon, class of 2017, Lincoln teachers and staff members, and families. This is a huge honor for me, and I like to start by saying, gracias, mami, lo hice. Thanks, mom, I made it. This speech was supposed to be about my story, but what would my story be without her? So this is our story. Maria Carmen Chimborazo had Carla Stephanie Yunga Chimborazo, me, at a very young age. I would say that she is the best mom in the world, not because she's my mom, but because I saw it. I saw her waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning to cook for me and my brother, and then go to work every day for 3 years. When I was 13, we had to make a decision. She let me choose whether to stay in Ecuador or come here, and I don't regret my decision. I lived without her once, and I didn't want to lose her again. Together, we crossed borders. When I was about to give up, she gave me strength. And when we arrived, I didn't like how our lives changed, and I didn't have any friends. She was there cleaning my tears, and when I lost some friends, she was there too. Listening to the complaints I made on how hard the language was. She is the strongest person I ever known. She crossed borders for me, and I went to cross borders for her. The imaginary borders we make between ourselves, racist borders, borders of hate and discrimination, and the borders of stereotypes. Teachers, I'd like to thank you for the great work you all did with us. I hope you can keep opening students' minds and teaching and touching their hearts. You guys are an important piece to this world. Mr. Sam, thanks for teaching me that F does not stand for failing, but for friends. Friends, the ones who taught me that it was alright to push people aside while running play to class. I might be classified as Ecuadorian female, undocumented, first generation, low income, but that does not define my future and does not define me. Thanks, class of 2017, and don't let others define your futures. May your hats fly as high as your dreams. Thank you all.
Thank you, Carla. Our last student speaker is Mr. Samir Ahmed.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak to you all. First of all, I would like to start by the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Hello, friends, teachers, administrators, parents, fellow graduate, class of 2017, and ladies and gentlemen. As the saying goes, think globally, act locally. Listen, what Nelson Mandela, one of the greatest leaders of our time, once said, that education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. Today, we stand here well equipped with that weapon, and each of us has an obligation to use that weapon effectively. We must use it to fight poverty, corruption, racism, sexism, and to promote love and peace that our world needs so much today. If you allow me, I would like to share with you a little bit about myself. My name is Samir Ahmed. I was born and raised in Oromia, Ethiopia. I left Oromia when I was 16 years old. In November of 2011, I fled my beloved motherland because of fear of persecution to save my life from the oppressor Ethiopian government. I escaped from my country to a neighboring Sudan, where for 1 year I studied literature, Arabic literature at International University of Africa. In October 2012, again I left Sudan because life was getting very difficult. The tyrant regime that we left behind came after us even in sovereign country. I feared for my security and I went to Egypt. Again in Cairo, I got the opportunity to study Arabic language and taking some Islamic study courses. Then I was nominated to represent and serve the community because I speak 5 different languages. In addition, I got an opportunity to take some courses in psychology and sociology at the University of America, Cairo branch, and got 2 certificates after completing the course. I was hired by a humanitarian organization as a social worker and started helping refugees from Middle East and East and West African countries. I got resettlement to the land of opportunity and arrived to the United States July 7, 2015. I lived in the city of Boston, Massachusetts for 1 month and a half before I moved to Minnesota, where I call home now. As you all know, I was very active in the last 2 years since I came to Lincoln International High School. Last year, I was president of Oromo Student Association, as well as I participated in different school activities such as Lincoln Student Government and the Multicultural Student Association. Beside all this activity, I was working hard in my classes to get the highest GPA, and I got the overall grade 11 highest GPA, and I also won the math competition with my group. This year, I was re-elected as the president of Oromo Student Association, as well as the student government body president, and also I was the 11th grade student of the year and overall student of the year during the 2016-2017 school year by scoring the highest GPA, best attendance, good behavior, and by all the activities that I have done for my school. Through the years, I have been helping and giving all that I have to my school. I have been a bridge between students, teachers, staff, and administrations. I have been striving day and night to make school safe and best place to be for everyone by organizing different programs and events. For some students, it has been a long 4 years, but here we are, ready to graduate. No matter how you have been in Lincoln, we all worked hard to get this point. However, we didn't do it by ourselves. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to the following people. To our teachers, thank you for unselfishly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. Yes, we know it was your job to do it, but what you did for us went beyond the call of duty. You took the time to explain assignments, sometimes repeatedly because we weren't paying attention. You allowed us to come to your classroom after school for extra help when you could have gone home to spend time with your family. You put in your effort to make lessons more interesting so we wouldn't just tune out. You demanded excellence from us whether or not we wanted to give it to you. To our parents, thank you for supporting us in more ways than it is possible to count. You dragged us out of bed each morning, made sure we were fed and clothed for school. You herded us out the door to the bus or drove us to school yourselves. You helped us with homework and listened to our complaints. You came to our place, attended our cultural and parent-teacher conferences, but you tried to give us enough space to learn how to work things out for ourselves. These are just a few thousand of ways you have supported us on our journey. To our coaches and advisors, thank you for making school about more than just classwork. Through sport, we learn how to power on through adversity and give it our best effort, win or lose. We learned the importance of discipline and good sportsmanship through other activities like participating in clubs, school plays and service projects. We learned how to work closely with others to achieve a common goal, and we had a lot of fun doing it. To our director, assistant director, and all staff, thank you for keeping things running smoothly so our teachers could concentrate on us. We are better off for it. To our guidance counselor, thank you for listening and trying to keep us on the right track for graduation. Without your help, some of us may not be graduating today. As you can see, behind each graduate, there must have been at least a dozen people providing support in at least a dozen ways. The best way we graduates we can show our gratitude is to make the most of opportunity we have been given and go forward into the world with the intention of making a better place for generations that follow us. We all pay the debt of gratitude forward. Class of 2017, once again, you made it, and thank you very much. Happy graduation.
Thank you, Samir. Now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. I know you're very anxious. So, what we are going to do is the presentation of diplomas. A reminder for seniors, your tassel's on your right side because you're still in high school. But now, when you walk across the stage and receive your diploma, your tassel goes from right side to left side because now you are entering a new phase in your life. So,